Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Railway Empire Great Britain and Ireland Transport Revolution. So we are pushing on with our tasks. We need to connect 8 cities with a population of at least 120,000 and we have 6 so far. And then as an optional task we need to put all of our competitors out of business. Both need to be done by the end of 1850. So we've got plenty of time because it's not even end of 1839 yet. Let's just take a quick look through our cities, see which ones are close population-wise. Carlisle, a long way to go yet, but we can certainly give that a bump with a museum. That'll help keep Carlisle from growing. Dover, we're ignoring Dover. Edinburgh has kind of stalled a little bit at 58%. We need to get a few more goods going in there by the look of it to keep that city growing. Glasgow has stalled, but Glasgow has reached 120, so that's okay. As long as it doesn't dip, we're fine. Hull is going down quite badly. But not too worried about Hull. Leeds is really close, so we need to work on Leeds. London's still improving. And Nottingham is not too far off either, 110. Oxford, 115. And there we go. So we've got 3 to choose from. Leeds, Oxford and Nottingham are the closest cities to us. Or the closest to 120,000. So let's take a look at improving these cities here. Let's start with Oxford. Just 5,000, well, less than 5,000 people needed to get this one up there. What can we throw in there good-wise? Once more dairy going in there for the cheese. We should have a dairy connection. Yes, we do. So, how many dairy trains do we have? 2. But they're not producing much dairy. So this is overworked at the moment. So let's buy this. $1 million to... Well, I suppose, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see if Beatrix tries to bid on this as well. Hopefully she'll stay well away from this one. As she did. Excellent stuff.
But there's probably a reason why no one else placed a bid.
You didn't place a bid because you're short-sighted, Beatrix. You didn't see the value of this business. There we go. We'll massively upgrade that. That will dramatically improve the quantity of dairy going into Oxford, which will obviously keep the cheese business going, but will also improve just the raw material demand for dairy as well. Might even throw a 3rd train on there. We'll see how that goes. What else can we do to was it Northampton or was it Nottingham? It was Nottingham, wasn't it? Yeah. So Nottingham's really close. I wanted to buy out her timber business. And I can't until we get an auctioneer. Let's see, have we got one available? We've got loads of new applicants here. And these are all leftover staff from when we bought out the dock. We've got a headhunter. It's no use. A new accountant. Does not play as well as the one that we already have. So we'll stick to the one we have. Ooh, reduces the cost of auctions by 32%. That's actually probably better than the locomotion price. Okay, let's take a look at the surveyor as well. Surveyor reduces just new routes, not tunnels, but routes. You know what? We could actually do this. We're going to lose some of our bonuses, but in terms of the strength of those bonuses, but we'll replace them with better bonuses. So you can see that our surveyor here currently gets on with our chief engineer. This one won't. Yeah, in fact, neither of them will. But the bonuses that they're providing us are going to be more valuable to us. So we'll lose that increase in their performance bonus. But oh, nuts! No, I pressed the wrong button and I fired the wrong person. Oh, god damn it. So I've lost both surveyors. Well, we definitely want this accountant. Yeah, to reduce auctions by 32% is going to be very, very useful. I can't believe I just got rid of both surveyors by pressing on the wrong button there. That is not good. Okay, well, we can kind of work our way around that. I need to get rid of that business because it's killing... I mean, I suppose I could get rid of the distillery, but... I don't really want to have to do that. What trains have I got coming in this way? Actually, I've got 4 trains all going into Nottingham from Nolan Manor. But this one... Ah, I see. So these ones are actually bringing goods back from Birmingham into Nottingham. Okay, so we've got 2 of those. And then we just got 2 grain trains going into Nottingham itself. So that's pretty good. How many wood trains did we have going in? How much raw material do I have? None at all. In terms of planks. How much wood do I have going in? Just the one.
No,
that's all that they need.
Good investment opportunity.
So where was my nearest plank business? Is here. So what we're going to need to do then is we're going to need to find a good source of wood going into Northampton. Now we've got Hill Forest Isles here. I'm sure they're sending some trains in. Apparently not, no. Oh wait, there's another connection down here, isn't there? Hill Forest Isles. So I've got 2 trains pumping wood into Northampton, and it's not enough. Not enough to keep up with the demand, so we're going to need to clone another one of those trains. And we're also probably going to have to buy out this business. So level 3, current workload. Oh, it's got plenty of wood in stock, it just hasn't got the trains to deliver it. So, yeah, we'll add in an extra train. So we'll get 3 trains running wood into Northampton. And then, what trains do I have going between Northampton and Nottingham? Because I want one that specialises in delivering wood. I've only got 1. Is that it? Just 1 train going between Northampton and Nottingham.
Nice for you to win an auction as well. You might not have had any competition, but
We
still...
want that to focus on that. And I want to clone that train. Nottingham's getting really busy. Yeah, it's marked as freight only. Okay. It's waiting for clearance. There it is. And it's going off with nothing. Why? There's got to be some freight in there that it can take. Meat and paper.
Faster and faster all the time. That has nothing to do with traveling in
I should probably get rid of the
style.
paper mill as well now, because that again is taking wood away from the sawmill. So what can I throw in there instead? There's a dairy plant there. I could throw another cheese farm in somewhere. Oxford's got a cheese farm. Just looking around to see what else there is. Not a lot. Am I getting beef into Northampton, into Nottingham? Let's have a look. I'm getting 1 beef train going in. Is that enough beef? Oh yeah, they're well stocked for beef. Okay, that's not an issue. Getting that dairy going in there would be a good thing though. So how about we put in a, let's see, do I either connect to the back of Adam's breeding, which can then split off that way, or do I put it here and feed it in that way? I think if I put it in and feed it into... Just wondering whether I can maybe tag the salt at the same time. Both cities must have some kind of demand for salt, surely. Yeah, they do. So that would be something else that we could throw in there. Let's try that then. Let's get a large station. Try and get the salt and the dairy. Are they just too far away? I just can't quite, because of that river. Can't quite get where I need to be. Ah, damn it. Okay, so in that case, just a small station. Because it's going to be a long line. Let's run this into the top of Anderson Breeding. Like so. Let's bring another line below it. There we go. I'm going to want a crossover. Shorten that up a bit. On that side. It gives me the option then as well of connecting that way if I want to bring that that good into play as well. We'll just stick with dairy for now. I'm hoping that'll be enough. And space the signals. Yep, they're all okay. Good stuff. So I want that going into there. And we'll use, it's a long run, so we'll use an Iron Duke for that one. I'm also going to throw some of these staff on there, I suppose. Get rid of the dining car. Find a stoker that maybe works well. No? One that just is okay. So we'll throw a stoker on there and a security guard as well. Have I got one who'll complement? Yes. There we go. That needs extra cash. I'm going to clone that train. And then we're going to run into Northampton as well. Just might as well for the extra cash, even though we don't really technically need it. Because the city's already high enough. Again, we'll use up some of these existing engineers already on our books, because we've got a lot of them. Well, there's a big speed boost, 16%, wow. And an engineer who gets on well as well. Beautiful stuff. And we'll just leave the one train on that one. So let's take a look at Leeds, because Leeds was really close as well. Leeds was 115, if I remember rightly, or maybe even closer than that, 117. So we really do need to improve Leeds. It's so close. They want tartan for a business. That's not going in there. Not tartan. I keep calling it tartan. It's tweed. It just looks a little tartany. And still not getting the raw materials in there that's needed. So it's at level 5. Wow.
I've built a new factory right next to your station. You are cordially invited
Still got
to
a
the
Derwent
opening
running. I thought I got rid of
ceremony.
all of the Derwents. Let's upgrade those to Jenny Lynn's. There's another one. Okay, so that's all 3 of them. Let's go with the 4th one. There we go. Really pump all those goods into Manchester. I want to have trains looking for fabric. So when it leaves Manchester, I want it to focus on that. Is that the only one I've got? There's got to be another one. Is that the only train running between Leeds and Manchester? It's going to be a lot of lines to look through here. It is. It's the only one. Okay. So we need to clone that train. That'll hopefully take care of Manchester. How is Nottingham looking at the moment? 110. No additional growth at all yet. But they are getting some planks in now. So that'll help. What other goods can I throw in there? The dairy's on its way. Well, dairy's already going in, look. Cheese. I'm going to have to throw that salt in there as well, I think. Let's connect up the salt line. There we go. Gonna need some signals. Also gonna need to re-signal this bit of track just here. There we go. All good. And I've just realised just how long that line is, so I'm going to put a supply tower on here as well. Because that is a very long run. Should have a supply tower down here somewhere, I think. Oh no, apparently not. It's there. Okay, so we've got a little bit of choice there. Let's get a train running on that one. So many lines running now, starting to get some lag, some stuttering and juddering. And again, I'll throw a Duke on that one. Speed boost on it. Have I got a complementary? No, I don't. I can put a lot of speed on that train, though. What about a complementary security guard? No. Okay, well, a guard will do. That's an extra good going into Nottingham. And we have some research points available. I may as well complete the trains and locomotives section. That's finished. We've still got a couple left in here to work towards. A reporter. Yeah, why not? Maybe if we can, I'd like to put Beatrix out of business as well. How is Oxford doing? Still no additional growth. What else can we throw into Oxford? They want fish. Look at all this. Potatoes, dairy, suits. Loads of stuff not going in there that needs to go in there.
To write such a thing about me? Have you gone completely mad?
They want concrete. Yeah, this is a freight line. I can stick in a concrete connection.
So you think that is a good idea?
Bring that across, and that'll go there. Quickly signal that up. Good stuff. Where's the supply tower? There isn't one on that stretch because it's there. So we need one on this line. Let's put one there, out of the way. We'll just run a jelly lind on that one with a security guard. Again, we'll look at the guards that we already have first of all. Let's put an engineer on. Oh, that engineer actually gets on better. What about a stoker? Oh, brilliant. Doesn't really do anything for the speed of the train, but makes it a lot more reliable, needs a lot less maintenance, and will improve how much of a cash bonus I get on my goods going in there as well. So that all works out quite nicely. Oxford's got plenty of dairy going in. They should have plenty of raw materials now. Oh no, they're burning through. I think if I downsize that industry a bit. Someone wanted cheese. I'm going to run some cheese to Nottingham. Nottingham is growing. Excellent stuff. Let's run a lot of cheese over to Nottingham. Make that a freight line. It's trying to go on a bit of a wonky route. Okay, so it leaves Oxford. I want it to go out here. And then I want it to go out that way. And then it wants to go through that way. And then on the way back, that way. Oh, there is no way back that way. Why is that? Okay, waypoint 2. If we actually put waypoint 2 there, and then waypoint 5 goes there. Yeah, that works better. And then coming back through here on that line. There we go. And then that'll route through to... But why is it still trying to route through to Birmingham? Oh. That's why. So it gets to Northampton. Yeah, it gets to Nottingham. Waypoints 5 and 6 on the way back. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Now the route's going the way I want it to. I want an Iron Duke on that. I want as much speed on that as I can get. It's a long line. No bonuses. I got a spy. Might as well. Oh, and I want the focus on that train to be cheese. There we go, a second train. The first one's got some paper and some cheese. Second one's pure cheese. And I think we'll take a ride along on this train. as we ride from Oxford through to Nottingham via Northampton. Just because we don't do this very often, do we? I mean, we've done it more on this series, I think, on this particular scenario than we've done it on most of our other scenarios put together. It's always nice to have a little ride along, and there's no pressure at the moment. We're under no real time pressure, we're certainly not under a financial pressure. I mean, look at that, we've cleared over 100 million in cash. So we actually get to see the network running from a driver's kind of standpoint just here. My only disappointment with this particular scenario is that because it's set in a 20-year time period, we miss out on quite a few of the new trains. And there is no scenario for those new trains, so you have to actually go into free play or create your own set of scenarios if you want to use things like the Mallard or Flying Scotsman. I really wish I could use those in a campaign. That'd be awesome, but never mind. See our passenger lines in the middle there. There goes one of our Fireflies. That's our freight connection over there. See some freight behind us. So this is Northampton. We're about to speed straight through. Some wood being dropped off. Passenger train going through. Wow, look at the lines. We still have a Derwent. Again, I'm going to have to get rid of that Derwent. I thought I'd upgraded all of the Derwents. I must have forgotten to do that. And there's another Firefly passenger train, and this is Nottingham in front of us. What is that over there? Oh, that goes off to the dairy, I think. The dairy and the salt and something else. We've got some other freight in front of us. That looks like planks to me. And there's another Derwent. Oh, they are slowing my lines down. Definitely going to have to get rid of those. But it is quite nice to see a variety of different trains all running at the same time. We've got Jenny Lynn's. There's a Jenny Lynn over there. We're running an Old Iron Duke. There's a Derwent. Obviously we've got Fireflies running our passenger trains. Nice to see a nice little mix of trains. It's just a bit of a shame that there's so much disparity in speed between some of them. Big old intersection here, two different sets of lines. That might be the lines going off to Birmingham. There's a Duke. There's a Jenny Lynn. And a Firefly, all whizzing through. In fact, I think that Duke that went past us a second ago is the other one of these trains connecting to Oxford. And there we go. Cheese being delivered to Nottingham. Fantastic stuff. Nottingham is growing up to 125. So Nottingham's passed already that requirement now. So Oxford was the other city and Leeds. They were the other two that were close. Oxford is still... Oh, it's so close. 119 and a half. When that one hits, that's it. That'll be city number 8. I don't have anywhere near enough money to put Beatrix out of business, so we're just going to have to ignore that one, I think. Leeds is also really, really close. 119, 939 people. But no supply of goods going in right now. Oh, So it's between Leeds and Oxford as to which is going to pop first. It could be either. It really could. I just get the feeling it might be Leeds. Let's hang around up here. Got some planks and some tartan going in. We don't need this, but we're bidding on it anyway. Just something to spend our money on, and also it annoys Beatrix, which is one of my most favourite things to do in this game. Is just to wind up Beatrice. I can't stand the woman.
Shoo, shoo! Let the adults do business in peace.
Oh, it makes it all worthwhile. So Leeds at 56% fulfillment of demand. Is there anything I can throw in there? I could throw cheese in there from somewhere nearby, I suppose, maybe. Didn't I have cheese up here? I did, but there's no direct easy route. I suppose I could throw a train via Middlesbrough. Yeah, let's try that. Let's throw a freight train through there. It's on the right lines through there. That's good. It's on the right lines through there. That's good. Oh, awesome. I don't have to mess around with that at all. I want that to be freight. I want Newcastle to carry cheese. Off we go. With an Iron Duke and an engineer and a security guard. And we'll have a ride along on this one as well, because this, actually let's clone this train just to make sure that we've got enough cheese going in there. This might well be the train that completes the scenario. If I can, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. There we go. See all our different lines converging. Waiting on the signal. We're going to go straight through Middlesbrough here. And then we'll take a trip through the tunnel, which would be cool. Always like to have a ride through on the tunnels. Not very often we do that. So we should be peeling off here. Onto the freight line, there we go. Of course, the passenger lines have their own separate tunnel. Very nice. And now it's a straight shot down into Leeds. Let's see if we can see the other train behind us. Not yet. Might have got held up. Over a little small bridge. That's just more raised, I think, just to... oh, here we go. No, going over a river, look. See those raised bridges coming in over that way as well. And here we are at Leeds. Is this going to be... Oh, wow, Leeds is so close. but their fulfillment has dipped. Is this going to be enough to actually push Leeds over the edge? Fulfillment is kind of wavering a little bit at the bottom there. Oh, an auctioneer. Been waiting for an auctioneer. Buy. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of Beatrix's business in Nottingham. I don't need to worry about it anymore, but I want her gone. So I'm going to buy this business. 5 million. Wow. And I don't think she's allowed to bid on her own business.
What are you going to do with that? You really
What am I going to do with it?
more
I'm going
attention
to demolish
your
it.
money.
Bye. So, what can we throw into Nottingham instead that does not require... Let's throw a sawmill in there. That's the perfect complementary business. We have wood going in. I have a wood train. There it is. I'm going to duplicate the wood train. And that will provide all the planks that I need for my distillery. Perfect. She's bought 1% of my shares. Oh. Ooh, wonder what Carlisle's done since we tweaked Carlisle. Carlisle's grown to 115,000. Wow, that's grown about 20,000, 30,000 people since we last looked at that. Leeds...
It's not just
It's
that we
done.
have launched
There we
a
go.
railway empire and changed the way to travel. We have changed the whole world. And that, my friend, only a very few can say of themselves.
We have changed the world. This scenario was a success, so let's see our final rating. That cheese was just enough to push Leeds over the top. Oh, look at that. We've got a presidential rating as well. Fantastic. So we could continue playing, and then we could then try and put Beatrix out of business. And if we didn't quite, if we had a chief executive officer rating, then I would probably go back and try and do that. But we got the highest possible rating we could do. And I just got a pair of trophies as well. In a Snap and Cheeky Geezer. So, fantastic stuff. There we go then. That is the end of this particular scenario. But it's not the end of our coverage of this particular DLC. Because, as I said, I am a huge fan of the Flying Scotsman and the Mallard. Those are two of my most iconic, or two of the country's most iconic steam trains. Not just here in the UK, but across the world. You know, there are people all over the world that know those trains. They are truly, truly legends of steam. And they're two of my personal favourites as well. So, I'm going to be looking at setting up a new railway. And I don't know if I'm going to do this as a free play or as a sandbox. Free play would mean we would still have objectives to do. Sandbox would mean we would have unlimited money, no restrictions, no time limits, everything unlocked, no competitors, just build whatever we want to build. And I might, because we haven't done one of those, I might do that instead. But it would give us a chance to run the Scotsman and the Mallard. So I will have a think about how we're going to go about doing that. And those videos should start in the next couple of days. But until then, please do continue to check out Subnautica if you haven't done already. I do highly recommend it. It is a fantastically fun game. I'm really, really enjoying that. And we will be back with some more farming simulator videos once we get a new map, because I can't really go anywhere else with Fellsbrunn. It's kind of run itself to a natural conclusion. There's nothing more I can do, really, with that at the moment. I don't like Ravenport, and I'm bored of Estancia Lapacho because I played it a lot in Farming Sim 17, so kind of waiting on new maps. Once those come, we'll be able to get a new farm up and running and really hammer home some big content for Farming Sim 19. But until then, thanks for watching. I'm Jim Bomb, and I'll be back with some more Railway Empire very soon.